energy needs are growing every day, while the use of traditional energy sources based on fossil fuels has been increasing from year to year. But ironically, countries that are able to produce clean energy and have renewable energy sources are those facing higher energy needs and most dependent on fossil fuels. Our African sub-region is one such example. The ECOWAS region has one of the lowest rates of access to modern energy services. Access to modern energy services in the region is only about 20%. However, the region has a hydropower potential of about 23,000 megawatts, where only 16% have been exploited. This demonstrates the lack of energy resource exploitation in the region, especially in a region that also has a vast potential for solar, wind, and bioenergy, which could be harnessed to meet the needs of citizens in the region, increasing access to modern, clean, and sustainable energy services. Currently, over 60% of the energy capacity consumed by the community is generated using fossil fuels. The recent and steady rise in oil prices showed the potential dangers of such resources with devastating consequences for the region's economy. In 5 of the 15 ECOWAS countries, one can produce a total of 23,000 megawatts of hydroelectric power. But only 16% of this potential is tapped. If fully exploited, all this potential could serve as the engine for developing economic activities, providing basic social services, and fighting widespread poverty. Renewable energy is cheaper and the raw material is available locally. It can be water or biomass, wood chips, waste, or rice husk. One can get energy with locally available raw materials, saving a lot of money in imports of diesel, kerosene, or any other fossil fuel from abroad. In November 2009, the ECOWAS officially established ECREEE as a specialized ECOWAS agency. Its mission is to improve energy security, increase access to affordable and reliable modern energy services, and support the region's economic and social development in a healthy environment with a view to promote and use renewable energy and energy-efficient technologies in ECOWAS member states.
We are pleased to present the results of some of the EREF projects, that is the ECOWAS Renewable Energy Facility projects implemented by ECREEE over the period since 2012. In line with our mandate at ECREEE to develop renewable energy and energy efficiency markets in the West African region, we came up with the ECOWAS Renewable Energy Facility with the objective to support small and medium-scale renewable energy projects in rural and peri-urban communities. This EREF facility, which was launched in 2012, saw to the development of 40 small-scale, rural-based renewable energy projects. The second ECOWAS Renewable Energy Facility, that the EREF2, launched in 2014, saw to the uptake and support for 10 rural clean mini-grids in ECOWAS member states. These mini-grids are basically based in rural communities and they are all under implementation right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at some of the projects implemented through the ECOWAS Renewable Energy Facility and managed by ECREEE in the West African region.
In Guinea-Bissau, only 2% of the population has access to electric network. Most of the population depends on biomass as fuel for cooking and also for satisfying their energy needs. The most used method for cooking so far is the traditional 3-stone fire. This type of stove is not only inefficient but also dangerous. The introduction of modern cooking stoves will reduce biomass consumption, therefore protecting human health and the environment, which will minimize the damage caused by deforestation. The demand for wood becomes a hard task since firewood is becoming scarce. Traditionally, it is usually young girls who travel sometimes 5 kilometers for 3 hours to gather wood, and this inevitably affects their performance in school. An experimental project funded by EREF in collaboration with the locals has the purpose to teach and train 4 groups of improved stove producers, each group consisting of 5 people. A total of 20 professionals were trained to produce, divulge, and sell portable stoves made of it in the surrounding areas and markets.
Tivemos uma formação aqui, que foi financiada pela MOA, no quadro do Programa Regional de Biomassa e Energia, do MOA. que formou artesãos. E esses fogões minerados têm muita procura agora. Mesmo as mulheres, nossas mulheres que temos na casa, tendo esses fogões, faz poupar a lenha. Mesmo as 3 pedras que utilizamos antes têm já um formato já diferente. E esses fogareiros, que chamamos fogareiros, foi melhorado em que pode ter um rendimento de mais ou menos até 30% a 40% por ano. Não precisa colocar tanto carvão para fazer a coisa.
In addition to the economic gains and efficiency, the project focuses on engaging women as direct beneficiaries and also focuses on improving their skills to promote local entrepreneurship. In spite of all the economic and social benefits for low-income families, this project will prevent the emission of 7,200 tons of CO2 per year. In the peripheral areas of Ouagadougou, there are more than 500 local beer factories, which are traditionally known as dolo. These factories require large amount of firewood for cooking. This wood comes from the Ouagadougou forest, and its high demand causes degradation and deforestation in the region.
Ce projet a été bénéfique parce que les conditions de travail ont beaucoup diminué. Et vous voyez, les conditions aussi d'hygiène ont été améliorées.
According to data available from 2004, production of dolo amounts to 35 million liters per year, and the consumption is around 21,000 tons of wood. The production of dolo represents 15% of the national demand for wood.
Avant, nous on utilisait le bois pour la préparation du dolo. Et vous savez que le bois est la source d'énergie principale pour notre pays. Et le bois se fait de plus en plus rare. Les dolotières contribuent à dévaster la forêt. Nous consommons plus de 80% de bois d'énergie pour la préparation de la bière de mil.
Avec le bois, il faut être à côté tout le temps. Mais avec le gaz, il n'est que 2 heures du temps, 2 heures et demie du temps, vous avez déjà fini votre travail.
Pour un camion de bois, il faut déployer 250 000 francs pour préparer 5 ou 7 préparations. Mais avec un chargement de gaz de 10 bouteilles, nous préparons 2 fois à la place d'une seule fois pour le bois. Donc on peut dire que le gain a augmenté.
In addition to destructive influence concerning the environment, it also leads to public health problems caused by the smoke inhaled by the manufacturers and people who live close to the factories.
Les conditions de vie ont été améliorées par la santé. Je me trouve auprès d'un foyer qui est en activité, mais vous ne sentez pas la chaleur, vous ne sentez ni la fumée, ni rien. Les gaz à effet de serre qui polluent la nature, qui contribuent à la dégradation de l'environnement, à la déforestation et aussi au changement climatique.
Moreover, the wood prices are extremely high, which impacts the profit resulted by local beer sales. In Ouagadougou, local beer production causes serious environmental, health, and economic problems. However, the local beer production is traditionally performed by women who are the primary victims of this method of beer production. The improvement of the manufacturing industry will also have effects regarding gender and women's empowerment.
Ce projet qui peut apporter à nos membres à améliorer leur vie, premièrement, c'est d'augmenter leurs gains, leurs bénéfices. Et deuxièmement, c'est améliorer leur santé. Mais avec le gaz, on ne sent pas la flamme. Et encore, l'hygiène. C'est très propre. Encore le temps. Parce qu'une dolotière, elle est trop mouvementée. Donc, si le temps est court, tu finis ton travail et tu peux faire autre chose.
Donc, tout ça, ça a permis à améliorer vraiment les conditions de vie de la dolotière bénéficiaire de ce projet.
purpose of the project is to bring electricity and water through a hydraulic pump leading to an NGO infrastructure located on the Bolobi farm. This NGO serves as an institution which hosts and assists girls in precarious situations. Normally, they are young pregnant girls who live on the streets. The NGO has programs that help these girls to reunite with their families and also to reintegrate them into society.
Ce projet Saint-Martin-de-Porres, de l'ONG Saint-Martin-de-Porres, c'est d'accueillir et d'héberger les filles mères de la rue avec les bébés. Donc sortir les filles de la rue pour éviter qu'elles quittent la prostitution, qu'elles quittent la drogue, mais aussi les sortir avec leurs bébés pour éviter une mortalité infantile extrêmement forte. Donc l'objectif c'est de sortir et les bébés et les filles mères de la rue pour leur trouver un site d'accueil et d'hébergement, les restaurer psychologiquement et les réinsérer non seulement en famille mais dans la vie socio-économique.
Il y a souvent les filles qui viennent ici. Les filles, pardon, ils l'accueillent dans la rue, qui viennent rester. Je suis là pour les surveiller.
Ma maman est quittée à Sadia, est venue me voir. Comme ma maman est venue me voir, ma maman est contente. Comme ma famille est voir, toute ma famille est contente. Dans l'IA, ma maman m'a appelé, ma maman est contente, tout ça.
The president of this NGO, and he talked to me about the problem they have to have access to water and electricity in this center. So I decided to help them and found financement to achieve this project. It's like that I applied to EREF.
The aim is to bring electricity through photovoltaic solar panels for residential lighting and for powering a water pump. The electrification project will guarantee security and allow people to study at night and have access to radio and television. As a result, they will live in comfort by using highly energy efficient equipment such as LEDs, CFLs, radios, TVs, and fridges. Another result would be the creation of a meteorological database using the photovoltaic technology, installation of a solar pump for access to drinking water, and improving irrigation systems.
If we didn't have this financement, we couldn't achieve to realize this project because they need a lot of money to do something like that, and sometimes people are not confident to solar systems. They don't know, so sometimes they hesitate to send a lot of money in a kind of project like that. And thanks to ECREEE and EREF project financement, we achieved to do that.
In Benin, most people located in rural areas have no access to modern energy, including electricity, in spite of the relatively large renewable energy potential available. In fact, the hydroelectric potential is 624 megawatts, and solar radiation studies show a monthly average of daily radiation ranging from 3.9 kilowatt hours per square meter in the south and 6.1 hours per square meter to the north. The solar energy capacity is about 7 hours a day. The import of energy consumed is almost 87.4%, but only 12.6% is from national production. This project is intended to ensure minimum energy services by providing solar kits for villages that require some knowledge regarding solar system maintenance, contributing to the durability of the equipment, which will eventually guarantee investment.
Nous sommes venus électrifier un espace rural communautaire pour le village de Madjé. Ce village n'a pas d'énergie, n'est pas doté d'énergie conventionnelle. Donc on utilise les énergies renouvelables, c'est-à-dire l'énergie solaire, pour doter ce village d'un service énergétique minimum.
This project will provide the following advantages.
Ce qu'ils peuvent faire avec cette dotation aujourd'hui, ils peuvent charger leur portable, ils ont droit à l'éclairage, ils ont droit à un réfrigérateur solaire, ils ont droit également à l'Internet, à un poste informatique où il y aura de l'internet rural et de la télévision également.
Ghana is an energy importer because the current level of energy production is insufficient and the level of electrification is 54%. The aim of the project is to provide clean energy, which will help government's development goals of the country by giving priority to enlarge access to education, health, and to expand economic opportunities, therefore improving living conditions. In addition, the plan prioritizes the new technology to support shared economic growth.
The interaction I have personally have with Atlas Business and Energy Systems and the training they have gone through them has greatly enhanced my knowledge of solar voltaic systems. It has actually helped me to help the people, the chief of Finsu Masi Nana Brobe Poitin, to decide on putting accommodation that is being built for teachers in the village of Finsu Masi on solar energy.
The main purpose of our project is to promote solar technology and give trainings to individuals and stakeholders who want to have the system in their houses and everybody who wants to know much about the technology. ECREEE fundings, everything that you go through is through principles and well-established regulations. Nobody goes through the back door, no matter who you are. We have done so many fundings that even when you do not even win or have a portion of whatever you applied for, you are not giving the feedback as to what happened, or so that the next time when you want to go into it, you know. But with ECREEE fundings, as soon as you try your best to put in the application, irrespective of the size of your company, where you are located, the country or wherever it is, they take the risks and then come down to your level to know actually what you need and what to do for you. That always motivates us to come to ECREEE and then seek for fundings.
I had the opportunity to come to our base through ECREEE solar energy projects. I should say that it was a very nice project though, and it was okay. I really benefited a lot from the project.
The major changes is when even it is light off in the night, still I have light, so my children can study in the night, not with lantern or anything else, but with light. Even in the typical village in Ghana, our villages, they should have it and use it. It is very good.
Those who use the system are teachers. We have also given them some orientation on how to use the system. And it is our hope that being teachers, they will be able to educate other people in the community who would also see the benefits of going solar.
Solar PV system in its own way has brought a lot of change and an increase in the market, and also open a job field for the country and me personally, because I entered into the field of renewable energy and solar, and it has been able to sell for me as a young entrepreneur in the field of job. And also the project and the solar itself is helping the community, because though its initial installation is a little expensive, but the benefits and the noise and the pollution and the environmental friendly, you say it's the best as to compare to the other alternative energy we were using, like the generator when there is a power outage.
With individuals who have studied electrical and electronic engineering and have backgrounds in house wiring, what we do for them is that we educate them on how to do the sizing, how to profile a home, how to do estimations for individuals, how the solar energy system is calculated, the number of panels, the batteries, the inverters, and the type of package you have to design for a client, which in our own area we found out that is very important, because individuals who finish school, apart from technical work like repairers, television, TV and all those things, they don't have any basic or concrete job they will say they have to do. But with this solar energy technology or training that we have implemented, it helps them as an individual to be able to get your own entrepreneurial skills, which serves as a job for the individual. You cannot complete school and be in the house waiting for the government to give you job or anything. When you take part in this training, it helps you as an individual to be able to go out there as a marketer, as an installer, as a consultant. Even meeting people, talking to them about the technology helps in education. So every individual, student, everybody is supposed to take part in the solar energy training technology to help us in the business.
The River No. 2 community on the shoreline of the West Peninsula area bordering Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone, has about 1,000 inhabitants and an ecotourism complex that serves 7,000 to 10,000 visitors a year. Like other locations in West Africa, one of the main obstacles to development is the lack of steady and reliable electricity supply. Like other locations in West Africa, one of the main obstacles to development is the lack of steady and reliable electricity supply. This applies to both small livelihood activities and more advanced concepts such as fish processing and ecotourism, which are the two dominant livelihood options. Energy supply, or the lack thereof, has negative impacts on community infrastructure such as health centers, schools, etc.
The main purpose of this project is to see how best we can alleviate poverty and to improve on the standard of living and the development status of this community at River No. 2. The motivation lies exactly on ecotourism because of the spirit they have in electricity, and the need for electricity support in the village was really minimal. So I thought it fit that we should apply for improvement on our electricity facility in the community.
Until then, public energy supply was not available and the population depended on diesel and firewood generators, which are both expensive and harmful to the environment, considering that the firewood collected from the nearby forest reserves contributes to deforestation and degradation and hence global warming.
So in terms of the environment, we realize now that the environment we are living can give us energy, at the same time give us water. So that's a very good start point of what we are saying here.
If you want to do tourism, you need to equip water, lights, because if you don't have those facilities, I don't think you can able to do tourism.
Like before, we are not having light, but during the coming of this light, we make a lot of income generating, because some of us can buy freezers, some of us can buy other electrical appliances that we can make money out of this light.
Yes, the projects have helped me, because during the days that the village was dark, we are not having electricity. We are going all the way to other villages to get electricity to charge even our phone or using our electric appliances. So the projects have really helped us, and have really helped me personally, and I enjoy it very well.
The West Peninsula area consists of mountainous areas with peaks of 971 meters. The project consists of establishing decentralized water supply systems through the construction of mini dams and storage facilities. In the case of the River No. 2 community, the dam drop rate for storage facility is 70 meters. It can be used to generate electricity through a small hydroelectric power installation by means of a second pipeline. There are 3 rivers that maintain flow throughout the year within a 3-kilometer radius of the community, and each has a potential to provide hydroelectric power.
Now we have pipe-borne water and we have light, and then people benefit this light and they pay small things.
Constant electricity supply will contribute significantly to the region's development, helping to create small fish processing industries, maintenance of refrigeration facilities, and adoption of the modern processing techniques for the canning industry. In addition to serving the tourist facilities along the beachside on the West Peninsula area, the installation will also serve as a showcase for improving electricity supply to other communities around the western part of the peninsula and Freetown City.
I recommend that because if other communities have the same project and can have the same electricity, then I think it's a better thing for the country.
Through these projects, we have demonstrated our commitment to support renewable energy development in the ECOWAS region. The EREF projects have seen support to 50 small and medium-scale renewable energy projects in rural and peri-urban communities in the West African region. The investment, that is our co-financing for this facility, for the 50 projects, is in a total of 2.8 million euro. Over the period from 2012 to today. We are preparing to launch the 3rd call of the EREF, which will see to the development of at least 15 clean mini-grids in rural communities in the ECOWAS region. This means that for this round, we'll have at least 1 mini-grid project in every country of the ECOWAS region until at the end of 2016.
If we are able to make energy not only available, but also available in an affordable and sustainable manner, then we will be able to improve the economy and people's lives. And one of the center's commitments is undoubtedly to promote and support projects and actions aimed at a substantial increase and massive penetration of renewable energy in the region. 10 years ago, the energy issue was not at the forefront of international debate. Today, we can see that it is much more common. The energy issue is at the center of our real concerns. The Millennium Development Goals do not necessarily establish energy as a goal, but we all know that in order to reach most of the Millennium Development Goals, we must take into account the energy issue. It is extremely important to move forward to show that it is possible, both nationally and internationally, to create the conditions to move towards an international energy approach.